Chris Roberts for Fight Up TV. I'm joined by Barry McGuigan. Great night of boxing tonight.
Yeah, great night's boxing. Very disappointed for big Martin Bakole, but other than that, it was a lively and entertaining and atmospheric event. Really great.
But just start off, obviously, I want to ask you. You're a very passionate promoter, and obviously with your history in the game. I think the comparisons, to the the main sort of players in the UK. Obviously your Franks and your Eddies. They haven't boxed. Looking at you obviously from the side, you're very, very emotionally kind of involved with your fighting.
Yeah, I do, and can I just correct you, because I'm not actually a promoter. Although I promote boxing, I'm not a promoter. I'm a manager. So my sons are the promoters, but because I'm the face of the company, they think that I'm a promoter, and that's a misnomer, a misunderstanding. But I do get what you're saying. So. Yes, finish what you were saying. So
yeah, it was just just a passion really. Yeah. And it's more just, I suppose, than a passion and a reflection, of yourself and the company. Then
I care more about the fighters, I suppose, than other people. Not naming anybody and naming any names or not comparing myself to anybody, but I care about them because I feel I feel it in my gut when they're in fighting, because I know. Because I'm transported 35 years ago to when I started, so it's very easy for me to be emotionally involved. But I shout and scream for my fighters and everything else. But that's why I love the business. That's why I'm involved in it. That's why I do it.
It was an unbelievable night tonight, and there's this is actually my first Cyclone event actually.
Okay.
And in terms of obviously watching the whole card, it was amazing kind of how much a lot of events say there's 50-50 fights, but genuinely tonight there's 50-50 fights going on, guys, and your fighters are being tested.
Exactly. Well, look what's happened to Martin, and my attitude to us, it's always worth the risk. I don't train Martin, and Martin trains with Billy, and Billy does a great job, and everything else. But my issue with Martin is it's his gears. He needs to have gears, and that's something that comes with threshold training and really hard work and explosive cardiovascular work that happens over and over again, and you go from 30 miles an hour, let me take that sort of an equation, to 90 miles an hour and then back down to 30, and being able to do that over and over again every round takes a lot of hard work and a lot of explosiveness. And that's my one issue, was always worrying about being able to bang through the gears and get a guy out of there. He had Hunter in trouble several times, but was unable to get through the gears, and I'm very sad for him. But here's the thing, and I'll go and talk about other things, but I'll come back to this. He's a heavyweight who's been beaten and he's been stopped and effectively knocked out. There have been some of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time suffered exactly the same thing, and they came back. He's 26 years old, stroke 27, so he can do it again, but he needs to make fundamental changes. And that's something we can talk about again in the future.
I mean, how would you see it sort of the next step? Would you see him sort of having maybe a 4-rounder, or would you sort of send him back in again to the Lions Den, if you like? How would you see it sort of progressing? Would you ease him back in and then try and focus on the training, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, Billy's his manager, and I help him, and I'm an advisor or whatever, so I'll help and I'll speak to him and talk to him, but ultimately they make the decision. In my opinion, he just needs to have more explosive training. He needs to do more weights. He needs to look at his diet. He's a pescatarian. In other words, he has fish, and he's mostly vegetarian meals. So he needs to, and apparently he doesn't eat on the day of a fight. That's all nonsense. That's got to change. You need to be eating at least a couple of hours before you fight, so that you're energized and the glycogen is in your body and you're fired up and ready to go. But again, that's maybe something I'll talk about when I've had a discussion with Billy and Martin in a couple of weeks' time.
I think that the main performance tonight there, in terms of standout performance, Ian McGregor.
Yeah.
Unbelievable fight.
Yeah.
Close fight.
Yes.
Got the victory.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's probably.
Chris, it wasn't close.
He's probably. No, it was a tough fight. It's more.
It's a tough fight, more tough fight than a close fight. Although he was registered taking a knockdown, he wasn't knocked down at all. He just stumbled.
What I got from that is that in terms of his development, it's almost like a fast track. Yes. You know what I mean? He's got a few more steps rather than just going through a few easy fights, easy fights. He's fast tracked there.
And again, this back to this, I had this quick face-to-camera piece with Channel 5 before they went on air, and I said, they said, what's this belief, what's this idea of, putting a guy in when maybe he's not ready? I'm saying, I know he's ready, because the preparation for training is in the gym, and the thing that's nearest the real McCoy is the sparring. And when he's doing 12 rounds with 3 lightweights, I know he's ready to fight, and I know that he can spar, or that he can fight 8, 10, 12 rounds. I know it, and he can do that standing on his head. Now you look at what happened in that fight. For the first 3 rounds he decided he would stand off. Then he thought Shane and him worked it. He said, just walk this guy down. Yeah. Because he's really good, and it worries me sometimes, he's really good at fighting at close range. Although he's got long levers, he likes to get in close. He's an amazing body puncher, and his hooks, and he's ferocious. And although he's like so skinny, and he generates incredible torque, and I'm very, very impressed. And nobody knocks people about like Thomas Asomba about like that. They just don't do it. Yeah. But he beat him up, and he stopped him, and he ground him down, and he done it with intelligence and pressure. And closing people down is every bit as good as moving away. Yeah. If you close them down, you're in punching range. You can little shove at the shoulder, and you can whip in your hooks. You can put in your sort of medium to long range hooks as he pulls out. That's sometimes the best way to do it. And people, my son was sitting beside me, and he was saying, "No, box." I said, no, don't box. Stand on him, walk him down, stay on him. When you hurt him, take a step forward again, give him no room, and then nail him to the body, lift his head up, rip him down to the body, and then step on him again. Keep your hands high. That's a way to do it. And that's what he done, and it made it an exciting fight, certainly from where I was sitting. And obviously I'll judge it again when I look at it when I go back home.
Chris Billum, another great win tonight.
Yeah.
Where do you see kind of his future? Where another sort of cruiserweight, sort of knocking around, sort of.
Right.
Obviously on another show tonight.
Yeah.
A great win, obviously, in Craig Glover.
Yeah.
Would you ever see those two kind of matches?
Yeah, I think Craig came down and done a bit of sparring with him. So yeah, I think Chris was a little bit surprised tonight by the heat. The heat really sapped his energy, and he felt a bit heavy-legged after the first 3 rounds, and then he started coming through it.
His opponent was tough though as well. He didn't look much, but he was
I said this to everybody. I saw him against when he lost the title to Luke Watkins. He was very tough and very durable. Took some really good shots. Hit Luke Watkins with some great shots in the first couple of rounds. So although Robin Dupree is certainly not body beautiful, he's very, very durable, very tough. And I think his jaw went, and that's what happened at the end of the whatever round. Was it the 5th or 6th?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
So yeah, that didn't surprise me. But again, it's another learning curve for Chris. He's only had 49 amateur fights, and he's learning how to just basically put shots together and put combinations together, and creating space, and then closing distance, and then getting back out in the space, and having those shots at the end of his shots, rather than nullifying it by hitting them too close, hitting them at long range. He'd done some lovely rolling and long left hooks. So Dupree was tough, but I'm impressed with Chris, and just got to make progress.
Yeah, I say you've created a great platform for these guys tonight, and they've really been able to showcase.
Yeah.
I was talking to Josh Taylor earlier.
Yeah.
He seems very excited, obviously, in terms of his show in Glasgow in a couple of weeks in the World Boxing Super Series. Mm-hmm. In terms of your opinion, can he go all the way and win that?
Yeah, I believe he can win the fight. He's got a tough fight to begin with. Getting out of the blocks is going to be tough against Ryan Martin. He's a lightweight coming up. He's got speed. He's got good punch variety. He's strong. Stands upright. His legs are quite good as well, but he doesn't really do much of the moving around. But we don't know what's going to happen in this fight. But we're trying to cover all potential angles and everything. We're not leaving any stone unturned. So he's in great shape already, and we have 3 weeks to go.
I actually uploaded the interview onto the Fight Up already, and in terms of the comments, it's a US channel actually.
Yeah.
But in terms of the comments, people are referring to him as probably one of the one or two of UK's elite level fighters. Yeah. Would you champion that?
I think he's a great talent, and it's always easy to put your foot in your mouth Chris, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I've said all along, and I'm not going to deny it now, I think he's a super talent.
Yeah.
Very, very talented kid. Great engine, incredible torque, great legs, great balance.
Down to
Feet.
earth as well, isn't he? You know what I mean? Down to earth as well.
Yeah, very down to earth, and you know it's important to be down to earth because you know you meet and shake hands with people and make as many friends as you can on the way up, because if you're rude to people when you're on your way down, they'll just ignore you. So it's important to make as many friends as possible. Very nice kid. He can really fight, but this is a very tough tournament.
Yeah. Well, listen, Barry McGuigan, thanks for having me down
Thanks,
today.
Chris.
It's I would say I've been really impressed with
Thank
with
you
the
very
events,
much.
and,
You know your stuff, son.
Go
Thank you very much.
Thanks a
Cheers.
lot.
Thank you very much.